Welcome back, beautiful people, to my lovely little snowscape. I know. I changed it up this time. I wanted a fireplace because I was a little chilly last time. And you know, sweaters can only do so much. You know, getting into this week, if you don't know what this is, let me tell you. This is Cinematic Black Facts with your girl, Alicia G. This is a quick look into Black people and other people of color in the cinematic history you never learned. So, without further ado, let us jump right into the Christmas theme of the week. A lovely actress who was a poet, a playwright, a screenwriter, a civil rights activist, has been nominated for an Academy Award, won an Emmy, a Grammy, an Obie, a Drama Desk Award, a Lifetime Achievement Award via SAG, as well as has been honored at the Kennedy Center Honors. This week's lovely woman is the one and only Ruby Dee. Now, let's just dive right on in to find out a little bit more about this lovely queen, shall we? Born Ruby Ann Wallace in Cleveland, Ohio on October 27, 1922, Miss Ruby Dee grew up in Harlem, New York, and got involved in acting as a teenager. Dee began studying her craft at the American Negro Theater, a company that also educated talents like Sidney Poitier and Harry Belafonte. Dee also attended Hunter College. Her first on-screen role was That Man of Mine in 1946. She received national recognition for her role in the 1950s film The Jackie Robinson Story. Dee landed a starring role on Broadway in Lorraine Hansberry's play A Raisin in the Sun in 1959. She earned great acclaim for her portrayal of Ruth Younger in this drama about a struggling African-American family. Sidney Poitier played her husband, and 2 years later, Dee reprised her role in the film version of the play. During the 1960s, Dee appeared in Gone Are the Days, The Incident, Peyton Place, Policewoman, and she played Queen Haley in Roots, The Next Generation, a 1979 miniseries. In 1965, Dee performed in a lead role at the American Shakespeare Festival as Kate in The Taming of the Shrew and Cordelia in King Lear, becoming the first Black actress to portray a lead role in the festival. Dee was nominated for 8 Emmy Awards, winning once for her role in the 1990 TV film Decoration Day. She was nominated for her television and guest appearance in the China Beach episode Skylark. Her husband, O.C. Davis, also appeared in the episodes. She also appeared in Spike Lee's 1989 film Do the Right Thing and his 1991 film Jungle Fever. Ruby Wallace married blues singer Frankie D. Brown in 1941 and began using his middle name as her stage name. The couple divorced in 1945, but 3 years later she married actor O.C. Davis, who she met while co-starring in Robert Adrie's 1946 Broadway play, Jeb. Together, Dee and Davis wrote an autobiography in which they discussed their political activism and their decision to have an open marriage, which later was changed in their views. Together, they had 3 children, a son who's a blues musician, Guy Davis, and 2 daughters, Nora Day and Hassan Muhammad. Dee and Davis were well-known civil rights activists in the civil rights movement. Dee was a member of the Congress of Racial Equality, CORE, the NAACP, the Student Nonviolent Coordinating Committee, Delta Sigma Theta Sorority, and the Southern Christian Leadership Conference. In 1963, Dee emceed the March on Washington for Jobs and Freedom. Dee and Davis were both personal friends of both Martin Luther King Jr. and Malcolm X, with Davis giving the eulogy at Malcolm X's funeral in 1965. In the 1970s, she won the Frederick Douglass Award from the New York Urban League. Dee suffered a tremendous loss in 2005 when her husband, O.C. Davis, died unexpectedly. She had been away filming a movie in New Zealand at the time of his death. Davis had been working on a film entitled Retirement. That same year, Dee and Davis won a Grammy Award for Best Spoken Word Album for the audio version of With Aussie and Ruby. Continuing to work, Dee delivered one of her best performances in 2007 American Gangster. She played the mother of notorious crime figure Frank Lucas, played by Denzel Washington in the film. For her work, she received an Oscar nomination and won a Screen Actors Guild Award. At age 83, Dee is currently the second oldest nominee for Best Supporting Actress, behind Gloria Stewart, who was 87 when nominated for her role in Titanic. This was Dee's only Oscar nomination. Dee continued to perform into her 90s, and on June 11, 2014, Ruby Dee died of natural causes in her home in New Rochelle, New York, at the age of 91. All right, Ruby Dee. That was a lot. Very informational, though. I respect you, my queen. I bow to thee. Now, as always, here on Cinematic Black Facts, we honor you, we respect you, we salute you, and Miss Ruby Dee, we thank you for everything that you did for your community, for the civil rights movement, as well as what you did for the screen. Now, who do you want to see next on Cinematic Black Facts? Let your girl know down below in the comments. I do read them if you post them. Now, I hope everyone has a Merry Christmas. I won't say Happy New Year because I'm going to do one more video next week. So stay tuned for the season finale of Cinematic Black Facts, Season 1.